Hello learners, I am Ms. Kavita Nair, Assistant Professor in Zoology from Ganpat Pasekar College of Education, introducing the MOOC course, that is Apiculture. This entire course, which will have 7 modules, will deal with various facets of beekeeping. Apiculture, which is synonymous with beekeeping, is the art and skill of maintaining bees in modern movable frame hives for hobby or fascination, production of hive products such as honey, bee wax, and pollination services. The term apiculture is derived from the Latin word apisculatura, that is, apis is bees, and cultura means cultivation through education. Beekeeping is an agro-based subsidiary enterprise. So is your poultry, aquaculture, agriculture. But beekeeping has an edge over other enterprises as it involves low initial expenditure and does not need elaborate infrastructure. This particular image shows backyard beekeeping wherein the first image shows a farm which has a good floral population, and the beehives are kept at certain distance because they can afford an open space. But if not, if we have a small compound also, we can have the beekeeping where the boxes can be stacked over one another, as that is seen in the second image. The purpose of both the images is to drive the point home that we don't require a very elaborate infrastructure or elaborate equipments that are required for beekeeping. Before we begin with the beekeeping, let's understand what is the classification of the honeybee. Honeybee, it's a linear classification given by Linnaeus. Belongs to the kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, order Hymenoptera, family Apidae, and genus Apis. The genus Apis have 5 species of honeybees as rock bee, Apis dorsata, Indian hive bee, Apis serena indica, the little bee, Apis florea, European or Italian bee, Apis mellifera, and stingless bee. Of these 5, the Indian hive bee, that is Apis serena, and European bee, Apis mellifera, is dominating the beekeeping economy of India. History of beekeeping. Beekeeping has a very ancient history, especially it has recorded proofs in the Egyptian civilizations where the bees were kept in clay pots. Even there is a mention of beekeeping by Aristotle in his book Historia Animalia, where he speaks about honeybees' floral fidelity, division of labor, and winter feeding. Hippocrates, who is known as the father of medicine, depicts the nutritional and pharmaceutical value of honeys. Though the commercial beekeeping started during the second half of 19th century, with the efforts of L.L. Langstroth. L.L. Langstroth in 1851 came up with a proper beehive structure, or the kit that is commonly used now with modification, and that made the beekeeping very prominent and common among the agriculturists. And that's why L.L. Langstroth is also known as the father of modern beekeeping. History of beekeeping in India. India too has various mentions of beekeeping along its civilizational route. There is a depiction of beekeeping in the stupas of Vaishali in Bihar. Several references are also seen in the older scriptures of India like Rig Veda. But the first attempt to keep honeybees in movable frame hive was made in early 1880s in Bengal and Punjab. Commercial beekeeping in India started in 1910 in south of India when Reverend Newton devised a movable frame hive suitable for Asiatic hive bee, that is Apis serena. This hive is also known as Newton hive. The hive is still popular and mostly used to keep Apis cerana. In 1928, the Royal Commission on Agriculture recommended the development of beekeeping as a cottage industry in India. The All India Beekeepers Association was established in 1938 to 39. After independence of the country, Khadi and Village Industries Commission, Government of India, took up beekeeping as one of its ventures. It dominated or it laid focus on the northern side of India, where it established departments of beekeeping under the Ministry of Agriculture. Further, considering the importance of applied research in apiculture, Khadi Udyog established Central Beekeeping Research and Training Institute at Pune in 1962. After a long gap of unsuccessful attempts of Apis mellifera introduction by Professor A.S. Atwal, who was associated with Punjab Agriculture University, in 1962, they introduced Apis mellifera for the first time in India. The reason of introducing Apis mellifera is because it's low in maintenance and high in productivity compared to Apis cerana. That's why various attempts were made to introduce this particular species in India to boost the beekeeping. The import of disease-free Apis mellifera gravid queens, that is the queens which are loaded with eggs, along with the worker bees took place, and later there was a total establishment of Apis mellifera. Today's beekeeping is dominated by Apis mellifera. The ICAR sanctioned operational research project on establishment of this Apis mellifera in 1976. By 1980, Apis mellifera had become very popular among the farmers. So you have two images where you can even see the difference in the size of Apis mellifera to cerana. Present scenario of beekeeping in India. Presently, we have all 4 traditional honeybee species of the world in the country. We have 2 wild species, that is Apis dorsata fabricius and Apis florae fabricius, and 2 hive species, that is Apis cerana fabricius and Apis mellifera. It is estimated that there are 14 lakh hive bee colonies in the country. At present, Punjab, with 1.5% of India's geographical area, contributes to 25% of national apiary honey. Ludhiana has emerged as the hub of beekeeping in the country. It has witnessed what is called as the sweet revolution. Importance and scope of beekeeping. Beekeeping has direct and indirect importance in providing with employment, especially those who are associated with the apiaries. For them it is a direct employment. Other than that, there are various indirect employments which are reliant on beekeeping before the beekeeping begins and also with the products of the beekeeping. For example, production and local sale of the bee products. There are various products that are a result of byproduct of beekeeping, which will be seen in one of the modules along the course. Those have to be produced, those have to be sold. So that becomes an indirect employment or benefit of beekeeping. Similarly, before we establish the beekeeping, you need to have the gravid queen and the workers, because where the queen lands, that area the hive will be made by the workers. So there has to be a supply of gravid queens along with the workers. So this is before agriculturist or a hobbyist takes a beekeeping. So you have the employment before the actual beekeeping starts and after. So this becomes the before aspect. Similarly, you have fabrication of beekeeping equipment. So the boxes that we have seen, those are some of the kit that is provided. Then there are certain kits that are required for extraction of honey. and other products. So these are required by the beekeepers, which has to be provided by the specialized people who make the kit and the other items. Similarly, you have the bee management. So scientific or technical know-hows have to be given to the apiculturist. Though it requires minimum efforts, it can be done by most of the people who have some time and some space at their disposal. There has to be a knowledge given to the people how to maintain it, how to avoid the pest control, what can cause a destruction of the beekeeping, how to increase the productivity. So all that comes in the training and the bee management. Many times the beekeeping kits are given under subsidy by the Khadi Udyog. Even nationalized banks give loans for establishing aviaries. But yet there is some amount of money that will be required in the whole process. So there are banks associated with it, there are financial people who are associated with it, which is also a scope of beekeeping. Suitability of beekeeping as an agro-based enterprise. One of the main reason why this is very popular and growing agro-based enterprise is that it does not require elaborate structure or land as that is required by aquaculture or floriculture. Similarly, it does not require any heavy machineries. If small equipments are required, which will be seen along the MOOC course, very minute small equipments are required, which is good enough to extract or even to maintain the bees. No continuous labors are required because there is a window period between one extraction to another extraction. That is honey harvest. Every day all you have to do is 2 to 3 days. You have to see that the hive is healthy. There is no growth or mold or any other parasite or pest attacking it. Other than that, on regular basis there is no continuous labor required. That's why it is also successful as a hobby for many people. The product is organic, it's hygienic, and it is definitely proven nutritious. It has multiple sources of income as we have seen in the previous slide. Plus, a hive does not just give honey. It has many more products which are in demand in many other industries. So this does not have a narrow range of economy, it's a broad range of economy. Then over all this that we are doing, there is something very important, that is biologically, it's a pollination. We need hives to pollinate our plants. If we want agriculture to survive, on which we are dependent on, then there has to be healthy and rampant pollinations. And there is no other insect that is as good as the bees in pollinating. So even if nobody is interested in extracting honey, you can support the pollination of your area, if even your garden, by growing or by keeping one box of the honeybees.